Good afternoon. Hello, 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 Dallas. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Heart with Saima, this podcast show, radio show that I bring to you every Thursday from 1 to 2 o'clock. You're listening to me live on Radio Caravan. Join the caravan.com and आप join the caravan पे भी जाके कहीं से भी दुनिया में anywhere that you want, you can actually listen to the radio show itself from anywhere in the world. और आप मुझे यहाँ पर, because I do stream live on social media, so I am streaming live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. So I am streaming live on Instagram as well right now. So multiple places के ऊपर. तो आपके साथ लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है? जब मैं यहाँ पर आती हूँ तो कुछ आपकी बातें होती हैं, कुछ अपनी बातें होती हैं. हम अलग अलग चीज़ों के ऊपर बातें करते हैं. कुछ ज़िंदगी की बातें होती हैं जो कि आई थिंक चाहे हमारे we might have different level of melatonin in our skin, तो हमारे रंग मुख्तलिफ हो सकते हैं, हमारे कल्चर्स मुख्तलिफ हो सकते हैं, हमारे रिलीजन्स मुख्तलिफ हो सकते हैं, मगर at the end of the day अगर आप लोगों को जानने की, पहचानने की कोशिश करेंगे, if you interact with people from different walks of life, अगर आप देखेंगे तो actually लोगों में फ़र्क नहीं है. We are all so similar versus different. तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो हैं हमारे लाइक कल्चर के थ्रू आती हैं या रिलीजन्स के थ्रू आती हैं, मगर एट द कोर ऑफ इट ऑल, राइट, द क्रक्स ऑफ इट is that we are all so similar. This universe, ये जो कायनात है, ये जो है, ये सब एक ही creator की create की हुई है. We the same blood flows through everyone. We are all so similar, created so colorful, like the rainbow by our creator. And I always feel that our creator loves the different colors, and that's why we are all so different. Because just imagine, right? अगर हम सब एक ही जैसे होते, अगर हम सब की बिलीफ्स एक जैसी होती, अगर हम सबका सोचने का तरीका एक जैसा होता, तो फिर there would have been no charm in this world, right? There would have been no variation, and variation is good. It's good to be different. It's good to follow your heart. हम 8 बिलियन की पॉपुलेशन रिसेंटली डिक्लेयर हुई है दुनिया की. सो 8 बिलियन की पॉपुलेशन के अंदर 8 बिलियन की पॉपुलेशन में every single being, every single individual in this world is unique, is different. Our DNA is different. Everything is so different because we are meant to be different. And I think once we embrace our differences, और हम ये realize करें कि being different is good, being different is not a problem. Just because मेरी सोच किसी दूसरे की सोच से नहीं मिलती है, just because I don't think the way 10 other people around me might think, that doesn't mean that that's a problem. That's actually good. It's good to be different. Normal is underrated. Normal is boring. Normal means that you're not living your best life. Normal means that you're living a mediocre life and you're not living a life which is to your full potential. So when you accept the fact that you are different and that you're meant to be different, and you explore your differences, and you become more and more authentic in this life. आप जितना ज़्यादा अपने आप को explore करते हो, the more you start discovering yourself. When we are born with, you're a byproduct of your surrounding. When you're born, you are a byproduct of people around you. your family, your parents, your everyone instills in you कि इस तरह है, इस तरह है, इस तरह है, ये right है, ये wrong है. अगर तुमने आज इस कलर को नहीं पहना तो ये रॉन्ग है, या तुमने अगर इस तरह से बिहेव नहीं किया तो ये रॉन्ग है. तो ये सब जितने wrongs, rights, all these things, they are instilled in us, and we become a byproduct of people's expectations, our families' expectations. And somewhere in that journey, we realize एक पॉइंट आता है जिसके अंदर we start किस तरह से a snake sheds their skin, metamorphosis होता है, and a new version is coming out because the old you're shedding. And it's the same with human beings. एक point आता है where you're wanting to you feel that you're not really being who you're meant to be, and you're unhappy with yourself. You feel that there's something missing in your life. And I feel that what that thing that is missing is you lacking your authenticity. You not lacking, but you not being in sync with your own authentic self. And that's when we are in this chaos because we are not being true to ourselves. So there are different things, right? That you hear around you. You're being told to conform. You're being told to adaptability, adapt to what the belief system of the masses is. You're being told कि आप उसी तरह करो जिस तरह बाकी सारे लोग आपके इर्द गिर्द कर रहे हैं. People जो आपके around हैं, whatever they do, that you should conform and you should start doing the same thing. But you're not meant to be someone else. Even they say, right? I mean, 5 fingers, right? They're not the same. All your 5 fingers are different. Look around you at your siblings, at your family. Even children raised in the same environment are different, and they have different way of thinking, and they have different way of functioning in life, because we are individuals. Our DNA is different. We are meant to be different. The sooner you embrace your authentic self, the more at peace you're going to be in your life. And this is what I'm realizing in my own journey of life, that the more I become authentic, that the more I become in tune with who Saima is, the more I embrace Saima for who she is, the more at peace I find that I am. I mean, Saima is not perfect. Saima is this imperfect person who gets up on a daily basis, who tries to make the best decisions possible, who's screwed up multiple times in life, who's made choices which have come to haunt her. But that's okay, because these are all just different experiences of life. And these different experiences of life are all shaping us and gearing us. And they are all, at this current moment, no living in regrets. I don't live in regrets. I don't look back and think, oh, I wish this and oh, I wish that, because we cannot bring back the past. The past cannot come back. But living in this moment, living in this present moment of time, you embrace who you are. You're kind and merciful to yourself. You cherish yourself and you love yourself and you accept yourself for who you are. You don't judge yourself. And I think one of the most difficult things to do in this world is judging others. You treat others the way you treat yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be merciful to yourself. give love to yourself. When you give love to yourself, the universe will just shower you with love. The way you treat yourself is how the universe will embrace you, is how the universe will treat you. You're listening to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday. Um, मैं हमेशा आके बोलती हूँ कि the purpose of the show, of this whole journey, since I started doing my podcast in April of um, you know 2020. So ये जो वक्त चला है, it's all been my own journey, just trying to discover myself and self-improvement, and how to change my own trajectory so I can redefine myself. Maybe the show is not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I think that is perfectly fine, right? I'm not here to with the expectation that I'm going to please the whole everyone. That is not the expectation. I come here in the hope that I'm just going to share my own journey, and as I share my own journey, and as I share मेरी खुद का जिंदगी का सफर, so we touch other people's lives and we tell you that it's okay for you to forgive yourself. It's okay for you to accept your children for who they are. If your parents did not accept you for who you were, you're going to have a difficult time accepting your children for who they are. It's so important for your children to know that they are being heard by you. It is so important for your children to know that their parents love them unconditionally, and that your parents love you for better or for worse, and that your parents love you no matter what, and that if you screw up in life, if you make mistakes in life, you know what? Even if the whole world is standing there and pointing fingers at you, your parents are those amongst those people who are so close to your heart that no matter what, they will always be right there beside you. I tell my daughters, that, you know what, no matter what happens, if you're in a difficult situation, pick up the phone and call me, because I will always have your back. No matter what the society says, no matter what anyone says, no matter what, I will always have your back. You do right by society, you do wrong, whatever it is you do, I'm there to guide you. But I am also there to tell you that if you make mistakes, it's okay. Make space for other people to be themselves. I constantly, my purpose of being here is to work on myself. I don't stand here and say कि ये बदल ले अपने आप को, मेरे दोस्त बदल जाएं, ये बदल जाएं, वो बदल जाए, मेरे बच्चे बदल जाएं, मेरे पेरेंट्स बदल जाएं. मैं किसी से ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करती कि कोई भी बदल जाए. मैं अपने आप से एक्सपेक्ट करती हूँ कि मैं बदल जाऊं. I work on myself to change. Whatever I do it from the heart. This is my brand. This is who I am. And this is what I put out there. I recently said in a gathering, of close friends, that my parents always let me be me. And someone in that gathering said, Yes, we see that. And it was said in a way that yes, you're too free spirited, and yes, you are that way because you were not uh, told to conform to your surroundings all the time. And I'm so grateful to my parents for that. मेरी हमेशा कोशिश है, और अगर मेरे से जब गलती होती भी है, जो कि गलतियां होती हैं, और अगर कभी मैं किसी का दिल भी दुखाती हूँ, तो मेरी कोशिश है to go out and to apologize and to make amends. It is just so important for me in my life to listen to my intuition and to listen to my conscience and listen to what my conscience tells me to do. And if my conscience tells me that right or wrong, this is something you gotta do, then I just gotta do it. Because jab tak I don't do what my conscience is asking me to do, us waqt tak mujhe sukoon nahi aata, mujhe, I'm not at peace until I listen to my conscience and follow whatever it is that my conscience is telling me to do. So I have to listen to my conscience. I always do. कभी कोई चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं कि I might not be able to take care of certain things immediately, but I put it on this it's a mental note for myself that I need to take care of this at the first given opportunity whenever I can, so that my conscience can be at peace. The best thing in life that you can do and that you can listen to is your intuition. If you're especially if you're not an overthinker, you will be able to listen to the voice of your intuition with a lot more clarity. When I listen to my intuition, I don't want to listen to anyone else. I want to listen to my intuition. So even when people are giving me advice and they're telling me this or that, I listen to what everyone has to say. And it has an impact on me. But I try my hardest to bring my intuition in and to be able to sift everyone else, what everyone is saying around me, sift it through. You know what जो छन्नी होती है, वो छन्नी के through you sift it through the strain, and you figure out what works for you. What works for someone else is based on their expectations of life, is based on their experience of life. वो तो दूर की बात है. Even when I'm with clients and I'm doing real estate, I was just talking to a client yesterday, and I was telling my client that, when you do what you look for the real estate, you look for the house that is going to work for you. Don't seek advice from friends. Don't seek advice from siblings. Don't seek advice from acquaintances around you. Why do we seek advice from other people? We seek advice from other people because we are looking for validation. Because hamare andar we are consumed with fear, and fear is, overthinking, and overthinking is constantly telling you that this is right, this is wrong, don't do this, what if this happens, what if that happens. So I told my client that, you know what, the kind of home that you're looking for based on your price point, based on your one, two, three, the top three things that are important for you in real estate, you do what needs to be done for you. Don't worry about the people who are also wanting to buy and who want to be close to you, because their criteria is different and yours is different. You do what works for you. But the moment you allow someone else to come in and start giving their opinion, basically you're looking for validation. You're looking for people to come in and tell you, वाह वाह बहुत अच्छा फैसला है, right? या अगर कोई आके ये बोले, जो कि I've seen it happen to my clients, and my clients ended up losing money because they listened to other people's voice. When you work with professional people, especially like myself, I've been in real estate 18 साल से भी ऊपर हो गए. 18 and a half years it's going to be. They are going to do their best for you because they are vested in you completely. It makes a huge difference. And that's why I always say, okay, when you are out there, when you look to work with someone, whether it's me, it's X, it's Y, it's Z, whoever it is, make sure you find someone. You are about to make the biggest investment of your life, and your sole goal and purpose should be that you are working with someone who is going to do right by you, who's going to help you make the best decision, because it's going to be the biggest, and it usually is the biggest investment you make in your life. It makes a huge difference. Work with people who are trustworthy, who you can depend on, because at the back end, you don't know what's going on. There's information that can be withheld from you. You need to make sure you're working with someone who is vested in your investment. And 18 साल का मतलब है कि these are lifetime relationships that we create with our clients. उनके लिए clients की किसी उनके लिए करते हैं, उनके बहन भाइयों के लिए करते हैं, बच्चों के लिए करते हैं. It's a whole, at times we're working with the whole family. And that simply happens because there's trust. So do not involve other people in your decisions, because they will bring to the table their own experiences of life. Whatever has burnt them in life, that's what they're bringing to the table. Whatever their experiences have been, that's what they bring to the table. So make your own decisions. Don't look for validation to other people. Look at yourself, follow your own intuition, and do your own due diligence. You're the only one who can do the best thing for yourself. I was speaking to another client yesterday, and I was just, this is a client that, I think we, in the past maybe 7-8 years, I've spoken to this client multiple times. She's wanted to invest in real estate multiple times. And, she's reached out multiple times. And every time she's been so close to making a decision, but she did not take the plunge because she got scared. And I was telling her, that I think it was almost 7 years ago when we were looking for her and we found an investment opportunity for her, and the price has literally doubled in these 7 years for that $300,000 home. It's double now. So she's like, oh gosh, I wish I would have made a move at that time. But that's how life is. Nothing stops for you, whether you make a move or you don't make a move. Life does not stop for you, and life keeps going and it keeps moving forward, because life does not stop for anyone. You're the only one who can take that plunge. The thing about real estate investment is that real estate is not like stocks. Even if you end up overpaying by whatever, 10, 15 grand, it is a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. It's a long-term game. It's a long-term investment, and the goal is not exactly kitne pe khareed rahe ho. The goal is if you are going to have that property paid off in 15 years time, and that property is going to be, अगर 3 लाख की प्रॉपर्टी है, आपने 1 लाख डाला है, 15 साल के अंदर, in 15 years time, that property is going to be worth around $800,000. That 1 लाख की investment जो अब 8 लाख की बन गई है, and it's going to be generating you a monthly income, passive income. That's what real estate investment does for you. And that's what the game is about. That's what we do when we work with investors. We help you build a portfolio of investments, because the goal is that in 15 years' time, especially if you do have the money, in 15 years' time, you are going to be able to have so much appreciation in your asset, it's going to be paid off and it's going to be generating a passive income for you. So we are about to go on a break. You're listening to Hot with Saima, and see you in a few minutes. All right. Well, thank you, Instagram. Thank you, everyone who joined, and thank you for being here. So, going to go ahead and disconnect from Instagram. Thank you all for being here. So, इतनी multitasking चल रही होती है, right? When we are doing this. Uh, let's see. All right. Sorry about that. Just had to, uh, you know, like I said, multitasking चल रही होती है, and just trying to end the show on Instagram. Okay, so that's done. Oops. So there's some beautiful flowers. Um, All right. So we have 2 minutes left. आपका दिन कैसा चल रहा है? What is happening in your life? Um, so thank you for watching, Irfan. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Irfan Rahman Khan, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you for being here. Let's see, who else do we have here? We have Syed Raza, Taj, Muhammad Asim, Agniba, Amir, Vishnu, Aftab. How is everyone doing? कैसे हैं आप लोग? Let's see. Okay, so